When I get a product in for review, I get busy living with it.
Okay.
Because while spec sheets and benchmarks tell part of the story, a device's true colors always come out in the real world. And what I immediately noticed about the Pixel 9 Pro XL is that the software company finally nailed the hardware. With squared off edges and a really sleek oblong camera bar, the Pixel devices finally mean business. They're no longer just fun. But when you mean business, small mistakes are much harder to forgive.
Take off filler, put on. Boom. I don't like it.
And after taking 999 photos with the Pixel 9 Pro XL, I can tell you that the Pixel isn't all business just yet. I'm Becca, welcome back to my channel where we take tech outside. Let's get into it.
The colors are amazing. It's like the sky is a bit muted. Oh. Okay.
The very first thing I noticed about the Pixel 9 Pro XL is that it loves faces. And unfortunately, it's gonna make them brighter at all costs. I got a little obsessed with testing this. My biggest complaint with computational photography at large, which is when a computer system processes an image for better results, is that it can make things look artificial by adjusting contrast levels to unrealistic amounts. And this system is doing that so heavily, yet not quickly enough during video, that it becomes instantly noticeable and distracting. There have been times where my skin tone starts to appear differently over time, my face gets smoothed out, and even times when my shirt color changes. Now that I've seen this problem, I can't unsee this problem, so I'm very sorry if now you live in this sort of hell that I've been occupying for the last 2 weeks.
Who's the worst offender? Oh man. Okay, direct sunlight. Away. I'm actually going crazy at this point.
Of course, all of this processing is being done to create the most pleasing image, but in its current state, it's simply distracting and unrealistic. And then there was one more problem I had with color representation. This video of a very cool camera rig that I saw was shot at 4K 30 frames per second with HDR on. But you'll notice that this person's shirt color just changes. I sent this clip to Google and I asked them what the hell happened here, and they said that they haven't had any other users experience this and they may have already identified the problem and they're on a fix. And I do believe that they'll fix it. And again, I haven't been able to recreate it. But these color shifts are a problem that have been present in the Pixel line for a while now. And a quick comparison between footage from the Pixel 9 Pro XL and an iPhone 15 Pro Max proves that it is possible to adjust exposure without making it so obvious. It's not all doom and gloom with the Pixel 9 Pro's video though. I really enjoyed shooting in 4K 60 frames per second. It captures smooth slow-mo with decent stabilization, and the ultra-wide, it's just warped enough that things are slightly exaggerated in all the right ways. The 5x telephoto is crisp and it flattens out the image elegantly, and Video Boost got a boost. It can process your footage faster to clean up those lens shifts, noise at night, and make digitally zoomed footage crisper. The caveat is it's processed still off device and you have to shoot in HDR, and it's the latter part of that that's annoying to me because I shoot on many different camera systems, some of which don't have HDR filming capabilities, so matching that footage is such a pain in the butt. The experience I had taking photos with the Pixel 9 Pro XL was much different than taking video. I love the colors that this camera can produce. They are punchy and they don't lack contrast. And my only real complaint is that portrait mode still feels lacking. You're still stuck with a 1.5 and 2x crop, no telly, and the cutout's not excellent around hair. Otherwise, this is still the same solid camera we have come to expect from Google. Like, literally. If you compare these photos to that of the Pixel 7 Pro or 8 Pro, there isn't a huge difference between them. There's some better background blur here, a more accurate representation of the blue in the sky here, but at large, I have been struggling to find a real difference between these three cameras outside of, say, white balance. And I'm not terribly surprised by this because in the last 3 years, while we did get some more pixels in the wide angle and selfie cameras and wider apertures pretty much all around, Google has been heavily focused on software features, such as an improved panorama mode on the Pixel 9 Pro. So if you're thinking of upgrading from the Pixel 7 Pro or the Pixel 8 Pro for the camera alone, I don't think you need to. The larger differences between these three devices is in the processing power, the fingerprint sensor, which is so much faster in the 9 Pro, brighter screens, better batteries, and of course, AI smarts. There's been a lot of noise around the AI capabilities built into Google's Magic Editor. Besides being able to move objects, erase objects, and change the look of the sky, all of which were available on the Pixel 8 last year, you can now use text prompts to alter specific parts of an image. But many folks, including Chris Welch of my alma mater, The Verge, have been able to create incredibly realistic AI-altered images that depict emergency situations. Chris is not only a good friend of mine, but also being responsible and tagging these images as AI, and doing it to sound the alarm about AI image generation. Anyone can create these images and cause some real problems. There are of course bad actors who out of the gate are going to use this to create imagery that is harmful. But what I'm more worried about is how fun these tools are. When tools are fun, folks use them and then they want to share what they create. But we don't have the infrastructure right now to clearly label these things. So it's less of a question of if something bad can happen from everybody creating false images and posting them all over the internet without noting that they're AI generated, and when something bad will happen because everybody's having fun and posting AI generated images all over the internet. On a lighter note, there's another software feature in the Pixel 9 Pro that got a lot of buzz. It's called Add Me. In my hands-on video that I made while still at The Verge with the Pixel 9 Pro, I said that the Add Me feature will likely just become a bar trick and not a tool that folks will use regularly. And in my few weeks with this device, that has proven to be true for me. Last night though, I did make my partner use it with me so that I had B-roll for this video.
Ooh, cool. Okay.
And in case you do, in fact, live under a rock, Add Me allows you to add the photographer of the group photo into the group photo. It's fun, but again, I've had zero need for this. And apparently my partner Hannah is not going to use it either.
Do you think you'd ever use this?
No.
So that's the Pixel 9 Pro lineup this year, and it does come in two sizes. The $1,000 6.3-inch Pixel 9 Pro and the $1,100 6.8-inch Pixel 9 Pro XL. Google finally made a device that really feels like business, and photos from it continue to impress. But there's still a lot of issues around video, and I would really like to see Google get to a point where they stop relying on solving all of their problems in post. I'm Becca. Thank you so much for joining me. If you like this, a subscribe would mean the world. And of course, next week's iPhone, so I'll definitely be putting this device and the new iPhone head to head. So let me know what specific features you want to see me test there. I appreciate you so much, and I'll see you in the next one.